Picture this. You're like standing near the center of a really bustling networking event, or maybe it's just a friend's crowded dinner party.
Oh yeah, a classic scenario.
Right. And you are dressed perfectly, your elevator pitch is polished, you've got it memorized, and you're ready to go. You know your industry inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone you've never met walks right up to you, offers this warm smile, and just says hello.
And your brain just completely unplugs?
Literally. It is the ultimate psychological horror. You suddenly forget how to be a normal human being. Your entire vocabulary just vanishes.
Yeah, the stakes are supposedly incredibly low, right?
Yeah.
But your mind goes agonizingly blank. You're just left staring at them like a deer in headlights.
It is so universally terrifying. You have all the social and linguistic tools in your arsenal, but suddenly you cannot find the toolbox.
You really can't.
So today, our exploration of the sources is entirely about the hidden mechanics of that exact moment, and more importantly, how to actually conquer it permanently.
Which is so needed.
Yeah, because we are looking at the exact underlying psychological formula of English small talk. Because that is what our research reveals small talk actually is. It's a structured, navigable system.
It really is a system.
We're going to extract the psychology behind why we freeze, the specific techniques to start and keep a conversation going, and the framework for walking away gracefully.
So you never have to stand awkwardly by a food table pretending to look at your phone ever again.
Exactly. Which, let's be honest, is such an incredibly common defense mechanism.
I've done it. We've all done it. But to get past that, we have to look at the physiological reality of the freeze itself.
Right.
Our sources actually highlight two highly relatable scenarios where this social breakdown happens. The first is what they term the party freeze.
Oh, the party freeze. Let's break down the anatomy of that one. So, the sources describe this professional at an international mixer. He's got his name tag on. He knows he's supposed to be mingling.
Doing all the right things.
Right. Someone approaches, shakes his hand, and asks, "So what do you do?" And he answers, "I work in IT." And then crickets. He has literally zero follow-up. The other person maintains a polite smile, slowly backs away, and the interaction just flatlines.
It's so painful to even think about. And the second scenario is what they call the circle problem.
Oh yeah, the circle problem.
Imagine you're at a conference during the coffee break.
Huh?
There are like 3 or 4 of your peers standing in a loose circle, and they're laughing, clearly having a great time.
And you really want to join them.
You do,
Mm-hmm.
but you are physically paralyzed by the fear of interrupting, or just the terrifying possibility that you'll step into the circle, they will all look at you, and you will immediately run out of things to say.
But wait, I mean, why does that paralysis even happen? We aren't in actual physical danger, right? No one is going to attack us for saying the wrong thing about the appetizers.
Right.
So why does the brain treat a casual coffee break like a life or death survival situation?
Well, it's fascinating because from an evolutionary standpoint, social rejection actually was a life or death situation.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, when you are faced with a potential social threat, like walking up to a group of strangers, your amygdala, which is the fear center of the brain, triggers a very real stress response.
So your body literally thinks it's under attack.
Exactly. Your cortisol levels spike. And when cortisol floods your system, it literally scrambles the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain responsible for complex thought, memory retrieval, and, witty banter.
So my brain is essentially cutting the power to my vocabulary to divert energy to my leg muscles so I can just run away from the terrifying networking circle.
Precisely. You are experiencing an amygdala hijack.
That makes so much sense.
Right. And to prevent that hijack, we have to reframe how we view small talk. Because highly analytical thinkers often dismiss small talk as shallow or tedious or just a waste of time.
Yeah, they want to skip the weather and dive straight into deep, quote-unquote, real conversations about business or philosophy.
Exactly. But our sources point out a fundamental psychological truth. Small talk is not a waste of time. It is a social trust test.
A trust test. Wow, that reframes the entire concept for me.
Right. In almost every culture, but especially in English-speaking ones, small talk is the primary mechanism for proving that you are safe, socially calibrated, and easy to be around.
Makes sense.
Before anyone is going to trust you with the big, heavy topics like a massive financial deal, a job offer, or their deep personal beliefs, they need to test you with the small things first.
just to see how you navigate basic social waters. I really like thinking of small talk as stretching before a run.
Oh, that's a great analogy.
Yeah, if you were an athlete, you wouldn't just sprint out your front door without warming up your muscles first.
Definitely not.
If you try to jump straight into a heavy, intense conversation with a stranger, you're gonna pull a social hamstring. Small talk is the essential warm-up before you get to the heavy lifting of real human connection.
That is a perfect way to look at it. And, to stretch safely, you need to know your limits. You have to stay within the boundaries of this trust test.
Right.
The sources explicitly define these boundaries as the safe zones and the danger zones.
Because if it is a test, there obviously have to be ways to fail it. So what are the specific parameters that keep us in that nice, safe, warm-up territory?
Well, the safe zones are topics that affect everyone universally and carry zero emotional baggage. You really want to keep it casual.
Casual, right.
And that's one of our key words today. Let me spell that for you. C-A-S-U-A-L.
Casual.
Good word. Keep it casual.
Exactly. The weather is the ultimate classic safe zone, like commenting on a sudden rainstorm or unseasonable heat.
It always seems so cliche, though.
It does, but it works because it's a shared reality. Then you also have the weekend. Asking if someone did anything relaxing.
Oh yeah, the weekend is always safe. And food. Food is incredibly reliable, especially if you are at an event with catering. You can simply ask, have you braved the coffee urn yet? Yes, food is great. The location itself is also a perfect safe zone. Asking if it's someone's first time visiting the venue or the city.
I love that one. But my absolute favorite has to be the shared experience.
Oh, shared experiences are incredibly powerful. They instantly establish mutual ground.
Mutual ground.
Yes, let's spell that one too. M-U-T-U-A-L, mutual. You want to find mutual ground.
Right. If you both experience the same confusing keynote speech or, the same terrible parking situation, pointing it out puts you both on the same team.
Exactly. You immediately shift from being strangers to being allies who are just navigating the same environment.
Okay, so those are the safe zones. What about the danger zones, like the topics that will instantly fail the trust test and spike the other person's cortisol?
You want to strictly avoid politics and religion, obviously. They are just far too divisive for a preliminary trust test.
Oh, absolutely.
Personal finances are also a massive red flag, like asking someone what they earn or what they paid for something.
Yeah, that's just invasive.
And relationship problems or personal health issues are also far too heavy. You want the emotional temperature to remain light and relaxed.
Now, the sources also list overly negative complaints as a major danger zone, but I actually have to push back on that a bit.
Oh, how so?
Well, if complaining is totally off limits, why is complaining about a terrible parking situation considered a safe, shared experience? Isn't complaining about parking inherently negative?
That is a really crucial distinction. There is a vast psychological difference between a light, shared frustration and heavy internal negativity.
Okay, unpack that for me.
Well, traffic, bad weather, or a ridiculously long line for the bathroom. These are external, low-stakes annoyances. Bonding over a minor shared inconvenience actually builds camaraderie because the enemy is outside of you both.
Ah, I see. So it's us against the traffic.
Right. But heavy negativity, like complaining bitterly about how incompetent your boss is, or, venting about how miserable your current project is, that completely ruins the safe and friendly vibe.
It's just too much for a stranger.
Exactly. It makes you appear emotionally unpredictable, and it honestly drains the energy of the person listening. They will immediately fail you on the trust test and start looking for an exit.
Got it. So joking that the air conditioning is broken is fine, but complaining that your entire career feels like a broken air conditioner is a definite no-go.
Perfect way to put it. Keep it light.
Okay, so we understand the zones, we know we're just stretching, but we still have to actually open our mouths and override that blank mind.
The hardest part.
It is. But our sources provide this phenomenal framework to bypass that initial panic. 5 specific conversation openers.
Yes, initiating is undeniably the hardest part. That very first sentence carries the most friction. But once you get past that, conversational momentum usually just takes over.
So let's break down these 5 openers. The first one is the shared experience, which we were just touching on. You just point out something happening right around you, like, the queue for coffee is long, but totally worth it, Ray.
Let me repeat that one. The queue for coffee is long, but totally worth it.
Right.
And a bit slower now. The queue for coffee is long, but totally worth it. Right.
It's so effective because it removes the pressure of forced cleverness. You aren't asking them to reveal anything deeply personal. You're just inviting them to acknowledge the shared physical space.
Exactly.
I honestly view the shared experience opener as a social cheat code. You don't have to be naturally witty or creative. The environment literally does the heavy lifting for you.
It is highly efficient. Now, opener number 2 is the genuine compliment. But the operative word here is genuine.
Right.
Throwing out a generic nice suit can feel transactional. It needs to be a real compliment.
Let's spell that word. C-O-M-P-L-I-M-E-N-T. Compliment.
Good idea. A genuine compliment makes you instantly more approachable.
Oh, approachable. Let's get that one too. A-P-P-R-O-A-C-H-A-B-L-E. Approachable, meaning friendly and easy to talk to.
Exactly. So an example of this would be, I really appreciated the question you asked during the panel earlier. How did you come to that conclusion?
Oh, let's hear that again.
I really appreciated the question you asked during the panel earlier. How did you come to that conclusion? And slower. I really appreciated the question you asked during the panel earlier. How did you come to that conclusion?
You know, when you think about the neurochemistry of a genuine compliment, it makes perfect sense. You are giving their brain a tiny hit of dopamine.
Yes.
If you start an interaction by making someone feel good, their ego instantly aligns with you. They are inherently going to want to keep talking to the person who just validated them.
That is so true. So the third opener is the curiosity question. This involves asking about something you genuinely want to learn from them. Like, is this your first time at this conference?
I like that. Let me repeat it. Is this your first time at this conference? And slower. Is this your first time at this conference?
People intrinsically enjoy feeling helpful and knowledgeable.
They really do. Then there's the fourth opener, which is the offer. This one is just so disarming. It's basically just offering simple assistance, like, I'm going to grab a coffee. Can I bring you one?
Let me say that one again. I want to grab a coffee. Can I bring you one? And slowly. I'm going to grab a coffee. Can I bring you one?
Or even something like, I think this seat is free if you need to set your bag down. It immediately establishes you as a generous, safe presence.
It really does. And finally, the fifth opener, the callback. Now, this is reserved for acquaintances or people you've met briefly before.
Right, you need a little history for this one.
Exactly. You reference a specific detail from a previous interaction. Like, hey, did you end up finishing that massive project you mentioned last month?
Let me repeat that. Hey, did you end up finishing that massive project you mentioned last month? And slower. Hey, did you end up finishing that massive project you mentioned last month?
I imagine the callback is a massive trust builder.
It really proves to the other person's ego that they were memorable enough to take up space in your brain long term. It shows you were actually listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak.
It is incredibly flattering. So let's say you deploy one of these openers. The cheat code works. They smile, they reply, their cortisol lowers. You're past the first hurdle.
But, now what?
Right.
Because this is the second place where the mind goes completely blank. You successfully commented on the coffee, they agreed, and now you are both just standing there staring at each other, holding tiny cups.
The dreaded silence.
Exactly. How do we keep the conversational rally going without the ball just dropping dead on the court?
This is where the sources introduce the F.O.R.D technique.
F.O.R.D.
Yes. It operates as an internal mental menu. When the conversation stalls, you simply pull up this menu to find a new thread.
I love a good acronym. Let's map out F.O.R.D.
Okay, so the F stands for family. Now, keeping the safe zones in mind, you aren't asking for a deep exploration of their family trauma.
Right, keep it light.
You're asking light foundational questions like, are you from this area originally? Or do you have family in the city?
Nice and easy. Then the O is occupation. So work or study. What sort of projects are keeping you busy lately?
That's a great one.
And going back to that party freeze scenario, if someone says they work in IT, you don't just nod and let the silence take over. You use it as a springboard. You say, oh, IT is such a massive field. What's your specific focus?
Exactly. You have to ask follow-ups. That is so vital for networking.
Oh, let's spell that word. Networking. Networking.
Good call.
Yeah.
Networking is all about those follow-up questions. Next is the R, which stands for recreation.
Hobbies, free time, how they decompress.
Yes. What do you usually like to get up to on the weekends? Or have you read or watched anything interesting lately?
And then finally, the D stands for dreams, which honestly, when I first read it, sounded a bit intense.
Yeah, a little heavy for small talk.
Right. If I walk up to a total stranger at a corporate mixer and ask, what are your ultimate dreams? They are going to think I'm a life coach trying to sell them a seminar.
It is a slightly misleading word, yes. But in this context, dreams simply means looking forward to the future. It's about upcoming plans.
Oh,
Asking things like, do you have any exciting travel plans coming up this summer? Or are there any sessions tomorrow you're really looking forward to?
Oh, that makes much more sense. I actually tried that once at a notoriously stale networking event. The energy was totally flat. I asked a guy I was talking to if he had any vacations planned, and his entire posture changed.
Really?
Yeah, he spent 10 minutes enthusiastically telling me about a hiking trip he was planning in Patagonia. The whole vibe of the conversation transformed just by tapping into something he was excited about.
People love talking about things they are anticipating.
Yeah.
And that actually connects to one of the biggest pitfalls highlighted in our sources, the mistake of talking only about yourself.
Oh, yes. Mistake number 5.
When people get nervous, their anxiety often manifests as rambling. They try to fill the awkward silence by delivering a monologue about their own lives.
Which is absolutely fatal for building a connection. The golden rule of the trust test seems to be ask about the other person. If you ask thoughtful questions and actively listen, they will walk away convinced you are a brilliant conversationalist.
Even if you only spoke for 20% of the time. But they have to be genuine questions.
Genuine, let's spell that. Genuine. Genuine, meaning real and sincere.
Exactly.
Sure.
However, we have to be careful here because there is a very dangerous trap that the sources refer to as the interview problem.
Yes. Mistake number 2. I was just thinking about this. Because if I just stand there and rapidly fire F.O.R.D. questions at someone, where are you from? What do you do? What are your hobbies? Where are you traveling? I'm not going to sound like a brilliant conversationalist.
No, you're not.
I'm going to sound like a detective interrogating a suspect under a bare light bulb.
You absolutely will. You cannot deploy the questions like a machine gun. A conversation requires a pendulum swing.
A pendulum swing.
The psychological formula to avoid the interrogation vibe is very specific. It goes like this. You ask a question.
You
Listen. You react. You share a small detail about yourself, and then you ask the next question.
question, listen, react, share, question. Okay, let's role play that.
Sure. If I ask you about your weekend and you say you went to a local farmer's market, I shouldn't immediately pivot and ask, what is your occupation?
Right. That completely breaks the flow.
Instead, I react. I say, oh, I love farmers markets.
Yeah.
Then I share a tiny detail about myself. I went to one last month and found this incredible local honey.
Nice.
And then I pass the ball back with a related question. Did you find anything good at yours?
That pendulum swing is vital. It creates a natural, rhythmic back and forth. The sharing part proves that you are participating, not just extracting information.
Exactly. Now, even if you master that pendulum swing, the sources point out a few hidden conversational landmines that can still blow up the interaction.
Oh, boy.
The most common one, mistake number 1, the dreaded one-word answer.
Oh, this is painful. Someone throws you a conversational lifeline, they ask how your conference is going, and you just reply, good.
And the silence instantly rushes back in. It is so awkward.
Awkward. That's our final vocabulary word today. AWKWARD. Awkward. Meaning uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. The fix here is a hard and fast rule. Always add one more sentence. So instead of just good, say, good, thanks. I really enjoyed the morning keynote. What did you think of it?
You have to hand the ball back.
Always. But here is where the cultural mechanics get incredibly interesting. There is a specific trap involving the phrase, how are you, that trips up so many people.
Yes. Mistake number 3, taking how are you? Literally. I have to admit, I used to struggle with the ethics of this.
The ethics.
Yeah. If I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, like my car broke down, I spilled coffee on my shirt, and someone asks, how are you? And I just smile and say, good, thanks.
Oh. Isn't that essentially lying?
Well, it feels dishonest if you look at it literally.
Yeah.
But it's not about honesty. It's about understanding the function of the phrase. In casual English, how are you functions as a social handshake.
A handshake. It is a verbal protocol. The words themselves have lost their literal meaning in this specific context. By responding with, good thanks you, Hayes, you are simply completing the handshake. You are signaling to their amygdala that you understand the rules of the tribe and you are safe to interact with.
That is a brilliant way to frame it. It's a protocol, not a survey.
Exactly.
But even when we understand the protocol, our sources highlight that relying on the standard response, I am fine, can be problematic. This is mistake number 4.
Yes, I am fine is grammatically flawless, but psychologically, it is incredibly stiff.
It sounds like a robot trying to convince you it has human emotions.
It really lacks warmth entirely. The sources suggest adopting much more natural alternatives that convey the exact same meaning but make you sound socially attuned.
Like what?
Things like, pretty good, thanks, or not bad, or a very relatable one, busy but good. They fulfill the social handshake while maintaining a warm human tone.
So let's look at the timeline here. We've warmed up. We've successfully used a shared experience opener. We've navigated the F.O.R.D topics. We have a beautiful pendulum swing going, and we've avoided the one-word answer landmines.
We are having a genuinely great conversation.
We are, but eventually it has to end. You have to get back to work, you need to use the restroom, or you just want to mingle with other people.
Exiting a conversation gracefully is arguably more important than starting one.
I look at it like a gymnast competing in the Olympics. You can execute a completely flawless routine in the air, perfect flips, flawless F.O.R.D transitions, incredible pendulum swings. But if you stumble on the landing and fall off the mat at the very last second, that stumble is the only thing the judges are going to remember.
That is actually rooted in a well-documented cognitive bias called the peak end rule.
The peak end rule.
Yeah. Human beings judge an experience largely based on how they felt at its peak and how they felt at its very end. If you execute a great conversation, but end it abruptly by just saying, okay, bye, and turning your back, you trigger a feeling of dismissal.
Mistake number 6.
Exactly. It retroactively ruins all the trust you just spent 10 minutes building.
So how do we stick the landing? How do we walk away without triggering their fear of rejection?
The sources provide 4 highly effective natural exit phrases. The first is validating their time. It was really great talking to you. I should go catch up with a few other people.
Let's hear that again. It was really great talking to you. I should go catch up with a few other people. And slower. It was really great talking to you. I should go catch up with a few other people.
That's incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
You offer validation first, and then state a completely reasonable, normal need.
What's the second one?
The second one is a subtle psychological trick. I'll let you get back to it, but it was so nice to meet you.
Let me repeat that one. I'll let you get back to it, but it was so nice to meet you. And slower. I'll let you get back to it, but it was so nice to meet you.
This is brilliant because it frames your exit as a favor to them. You are ostensibly freeing up their valuable time, which protects their ego completely.
That is so clever. I'm stealing that one immediately. Or you can use the environment, like the third phrase. I'm going to grab another coffee, but let's catch up again later.
Let me say that. I'm going to grab another coffee, but let's catch up again later. And slowly. I'm going to grab another coffee, but let's catch up again later.
Nice. And the fourth one.
I should go find my colleague, but this was a really nice conversation. Thank you.
Let's repeat it. I should go find my colleague, but this was a really nice conversation. Thank you. And slower. I should go find my colleague, but this was a really nice conversation. Thank you.
Now, if you notice, the overarching golden rule for every single one of these endings is identical.
Right. Always say something positive about the interaction before you physically turn your body away.
Yes. It's great talking to you. So nice to meet you. You secure the positive sentiment first. You want to leave them with a small spike of dopamine as you walk away.
Because remember the evolutionary purpose, right? Small talk is proving you are safe and pleasant to be around. If you leave them with a warm feeling, you have definitively passed the trust test.
You really have.
You know, seeing all of this laid out, it really is a structured system. Openers, F.O.R.D topics, the pendulum swing, and positive exit phrases. You don't have to be the funniest person in the room, and you don't have to be a raging extrovert to be good at this.
Not at all.
You just have to follow the formula.
It takes the pressure off your core personality and places it onto a reliable process. It allows you to participate in the social warm-up without the fear of your mind going blank.
Which brings us to a direct challenge for you listening right now. Based on everything we've synthesized from today's exploration of the sources, here is your mission for the week ahead.
Ooh, I like a challenge.
We want you to intentionally initiate just one small talk conversation using this framework. Try it with a coworker you don't know well, a shopkeeper, or someone waiting in line next to you.
Just one interaction.
Use one of the 5 openers. Point out a shared experience. Give a highly specific, genuine compliment. Ask a curiosity question. Feel what it's like to have the system do the heavy lifting for you, rather than trying to invent the wheel on the spot while your cortisol spikes.
And when they reply, practice the pendulum. Add one extra sentence to your answer before asking a question back.
But before we wrap up today's analysis, there is one final provocative thought hidden in the margins of our sources that I want to leave you to mull over.
It addresses the ultimate paradox of mastering this system.
Right. You've learned the formula, you step up, you use the perfect shared experience opener, you deploy a brilliant F.O.R.D question, you manage the pendulum swing, and it works perfectly. They light up, they are thrilled you engage them.
A total success.
But what happens when the system works too well?
Ooh. Like what happens when they enthusiastically reply, but they speak so incredibly fast or jump from topic to topic with so much energy that your brain simply cannot process the incoming information?
Exactly. The fear instantly shifts from, I have no idea what to say, to, I have absolutely no idea what they're saying right now.
Which is a completely different kind of social paralysis.
It is. So, as you go out into the world and practice your openers this week, I want you to think about that paradox. If you successfully unlock a geyser of conversation, how might you politely handle that information overload in real time?
That's tough.
How do you slow someone down without breaking the spell of trust and safety you just worked so hard to build?
That requires a whole different level of social stretching.
It certainly does, but at the end of the day, when you step up to that person at the networking event, we don't want your mind to go blank ever again. We want you to see the matrix.
Yes, see the system.
We want you to see the exact psychological structure beneath the conversation so you can step into it, test the waters, and build real trust. Keep practicing the pendulum, keep stretching, and keep talking. See you tomorrow for episode 18.